Welcome back to the BYP Response videos. This is my 200th. Very cool. So for this special edition of my 200th podcast on the BYP Response on the UFO topic, there is some new information, new news from several Congress people on the Wall Street Journal misinformation about the UFOs that they deliberately published last week and just basically did a hatchet job on the entire subject. They lied through their teeth to us in order to maintain the establishment status quo, which in light of evidence, an enormous amount of evidence, we know that the Wall Street Journal, if it had any credibility left, completely wiped it out. For instance, we absolutely know America, the government, did not just invent this to throw off their enemies. They completely ignored Leslie Kean's outstanding book on UFOs, brand new book. They ignored Chris Bledsoe's The UFO of God. The Nightcrawler Eye on the Sky by Jerry and John Tedesco shows direct physical evidence of the UFOs. So does Richard Dolan, A History of USOs, where he indicates and shows that the USOs, the unidentified submerged objects, go in and out of the oceans and the water, etc. The UFO experience, J. Allen Hynek, who was involved in Project Blue Book, came out. And this is Bruce Rapuano, a scientist on alien abduction encounters. He's not hired by the government. Ryan Wood's utterly incredible Magic Eyes Only, where he demonstrates the actual reality of the Majestic 12, which some of the other groups, secret conclaves, have tried to convince us that that was a lie too. Nope, we've got their actual declassified documents. No muffin there. And Richard Dolan, UFOs and the National Security State, 1973 to 1991. There is 4,000 pages of tight, intellectual, interesting, logistical, scientific, historical evidence that the UFOs not only are a worldwide phenomenon, but they are very, very important. The real question that directly concerns us as citizens of the United States is, did Congress fall for this claptrap, chintzy attempt of the Wall Street Journal to fool them? I want to share some information that I acquired from my good friend Danny Sheehan, and this is from the New Paradigm Institute. This is a very interesting idea where the critical update from Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are responding to the Wall Street Journal's recent disinformation campaign that has utterly belly-flopped. The incredible grassroots work of our citizens for disclosure volunteers. They're mobilizing at festivals and events to push the message forward. Let's get to Congress pushes back against the WJS Journal's UFO disinformation. The Pentagon disinformation that fueled America's UFO mythology was the name of the Wall Street Journal article. It drew swift and sharp criticism, not only from researchers like Richard Dolan, Ryan Woods, myself, others, Jesse Michaels, Patrick from Vetted, but now from lawmakers. And this is reported by Matt Laszlo's article. Laszlo's interviews give crucial insight into what some members of Congress think about the Wall Street Journal article. This is so remarkable. First, Senator Mark Kelly. Now, he's a Democrat out of Arizona. He's a former NASA astronaut, and he's a current member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. He responded to the article with a measured but a telling reaction. When asked if he believed the journal's framing of UFOs as cover for secret U.S. technology, Senator Kelly replied that if it were true, it would be unsurprising. However, he quickly pivoted to a more grounded assessment of the Tic Tac incident. He knows David Fravor. I've looked at the video. I've talked to him. He's a very credible observer. So the Wall Street Journal didn't fool him. Senator Kelly then addressed the elephant in the room. And what is that elephant, you guys? The assumption that if a story appears in the Wall Street Journal, it must be accurate. Kelly drew the wrong conclusion, in my view. If the Wall Street Journal published it, I am sure they checked and had enough sources. This statement underscores what makes this latest round of disinformation particularly dangerous. The journal's reputation for investigative rigor lends automatic credibility to the stories that in this case may be misleading or manipulated. And the journal's latest reporting fails to meet a high standard. Now, on the other hand, the Representative Anna Paulina Luna, the Republican from Florida, offered a direct rebuttal of the journal, and she states unequivocally that she does not believe its conclusions. And she expressed deep skepticism about the AARO, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, and its former director, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick. I do not believe AARO is being fully transparent, Luna said, adding that based on what she has seen and heard in her official capacity now, they, the Wall Street Journal, are not correct in their analysis. So this is what cuts through the noise. Luna's assessment here is spot on. And so we can rest assured that Congress is trying to keep abreast of any critical information, updates, movements, articles, books, etc., because this vitally should include all of the American public. It absolutely should include the Congress of the United States. So that's what I wanted to share tonight. Just a quick news drop saying that we can be rest assured that Congress is looking into things. The right people in Congress, even though some of them are still overawed with the Wall Street Journal, some of them are not, and they, of course, will get together and talk through things, etc. There is enough literature. There is more than enough. And what I showed you is just a smattering compared to what is out there and available, without question. But 4,000 pages absolutely wipes the Wall Street Journal off the map, as far as I'm concerned. So that is the newest update news, which is an exciting way to spend my 200th discussion, because this is good news indeed. The Wall Street Journal has not fooled Congress. They are still working to move it forward to have full disclosure. We'll see how well they succeed. The nice thing is, cooler heads apparently are beginning to prevail, not only with our own UFO researchers and scholars, but with members of Congress and others, such as the activists that we are involved with in the New Paradigm Institute, Danny Sheehan and Jim Garrison and several others. It's a great time to be alive. It's an exciting time to say we are making progress, probably not fast enough for the most of us, but at least we're moving forward. It has not stagnated. We have enough material to be able to declare pretty categorically that the UFOs are real. And so that's a good way to end my 200th podcast on the UFO subject. Much more to come. Stay tuned. Appreciate all your support and encouragement. I will be back as I find more information for you.